Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Sanket Signals. Today we are breaking down Teradyne Inc., ticker TER. This stock saw a major downturn back in June 2026 and it dropped over 30% from its highs. Since then, it's been working its way back up, though it printed a bearish candle a few days ago. Zooming out, we clearly see an uptrend. The EMA 20 has been supporting price well throughout this move, and there was a pullback during the broader tech sell-off. Even as an AI stock were rallying and price reacted right off a key monthly zone. This past week, it's pulled back again and down around 10 to 12%. Now, on a daily chart, the uptrend is clean and the price has consistently respected the trend line, and the price recently reached this trend line zone. And while you typically expect a bounce here, it's time it pushed slightly below before it reacted. So initially I was initially like so considering this as a trend line, I was expecting this base candle to make some other base candles and move up, but it has moved the price further downwards. So the reaction came from a bigger time frame supply zone up here, which is a weekly supply zone, which is also known as referred as an external liquidity. While we are now watching how the price behaves at the internal liquidity level, this same demand zone, this same demand zone is what fueled the bounce during the tech sell-off, which tells us it's genuinely a strong zone. Price did not waste any time reacting from it before pushing it back up. Look at here. The price reached this point, it immediately gave us a move, right? So normally if you plot it here, so this is a downtrend, if you see, right? And this was a signal that gave us an uptrend move, and this is the pattern that follows everywhere. People call it double bottom for a long trade, and if it was reverse, if it was double top, then it would be a short trade, right? So this was a double bottom pattern, which is basically the price moves above the trend line, comes back and reacts to the zone and gives you up move, which is what happened actually. Now we are working on smaller trades. The price hatch has reached this zone. And one thing worth noting is TER doesn't have massive volume compared to popular momentum names, but it's still meaningfully more active than unpopular or consumer staple stocks. That's that relative lack of heavy crowd influence actually works in our favor. When a pattern has played our reliability in the past on a stock like this, there's a higher probability it plays out again, since there are fewer traders that are fighting for the structure. No two moves are ever identical, but the odds lean favorably here. Now moving on to our looking at our daily chart, I'm marking a demand zone where the prior breakout originated, this one, and the price broke a supply zone above it, this one. And it ran up, then came back down, and it's now testing that demand zone again. If it breaks below, I'd step aside and take the stop loss and wait for the next setup. For long-term investors who believe in the stock or for a more conservative approach, is to start with a quarter position around this area and watch how price reacts, wait for the confirmation before adding more, especially since the zone just below currently shows lower volume, which could mean there may be a fast drop through it before finding a real support. And on a 2-hour chart, the price action is much clearer. A repeating double base rally pattern, drop base rally pattern that's already been broken on previous highs, which adds confidence. This is reacting off a weekly zone 2, which can add extra strength to the setup. So this was our, it reacted from a weekly support zone. but this price moved up from a monthly demand zone, which means there's an additional confidence. Overall, the stock's gone from roughly 300 to $450, which is over 30% up, which tells us that bulls are firmly in control here, which adds further confirmation to the setup. My plan is to take quarter position around this zone, set up my stop loss around EMA 20 support level, and target at least 1 is to 2 ratio. If price reacts well then and breaks the recent high, I'll trail my stop and let the position run. That's the breakdown on Teradyne for me today. If you enjoyed this, subscribe for more videos like this and share it with your trading friends. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.